know, when you ask that question, you have a chance of getting better what? We move up the scale. You have a chance of making better decisions. When you make better decisions, you take better actions. Just what we've discussed so far. When you take better actions, you get better results. Ultimately, that gives you a better quality of life. Now, my coaches work with people at all different levels in this scale. Right from helping you make better decisions and do better actions, right down to being your mentor and your teacher. Who you're learning from is of vital importance. Why? I said before, Jim Rohn made the statement, never wish life were easier, wish that you were better. He also made one other statement, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. What does that mean? What is Jim aiming at? Very simple. You only have one job in life. Your job in life is to be the best you can be. My job is to be the best me I can be. I'll put it this way. You are your product. I am my product. My only job in life is to become a better me. Be times do equals have. Be a better person, do better things, have better stuff. Simple as that. I put it to you another way. When you show up, the business will. The girlfriend will. The husband will. When you show up as that type of person. I remember years ago, one of my wife's friends used to come to me all the time and say, you know what, I can never find the right guy for me. I always attract the wrong guy, the wrong guy, the wrong guy. So one day she went to a seminar and they told her to sit down and write a list of all of the things that described the right guy for her. And she brought it around to our house and she showed my wife and I said, can I have a look at the list? She showed me the list. I'm looking at the list. Man, this guy was a cross between Brad Pitt, Bill Gates. I mean, this guy was an absolute genius. He was the handsomest guy. And I sort of looked at the list and I thought to myself, should I say something? Should I not? I'm a pretty blunt guy. I had to say something. I looked at her and I said, I got to ask, if you actually met this guy, do you seriously think he would date you? I know my wife beat me over the head senseless. It was the wrong thing to say, but it was the right thing to say. You know, so many people think that all these wonderful things are going to happen to them in life, but when the wonderful thing shows up, they're not ready. You know, when will you be ready for all those wonderful opportunities that show up to you? You know, people keep saying to me, when's my $1 million idea going to arrive? Well, your $1 million idea has already arrived 100 times. You just weren't ready to use it. You got to become that person. When you show up, all the great things in your life will. Work on you. Work on yourself. As Jim Rohn put it, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. That way it'll all show up. Now, add to that this point. The first place I get anything is in my mind. The first place I get anything is in my mind. Everything and anything comes in your mind first. Best statement I've ever heard on this. W. Somerset Maugham. Nothing if not at first a dream. Nothing if not at first a dream. You got to dream it so you can believe it, and then you'll see it. If you don't have the idea of maybe we could do this. See, think of the best vacation you ever had in your life, the best holiday you ever took. You've had a thought about it first, didn't you? Wow, what if we went to Jamaica or Fiji or Paris? What if we had a great vacation? You had the idea first, then the actuality. Start having more ideas. Nothing if not at first a dream. How do we get things into your mind? Well, first let's get wealth in your mind. Let's get a wealthy mindset that things can come to us. Things can happen for us. Here's the way I see it happen. There's four basic steps to it. Vision. Let me go back to them. 4 basic steps. Idealization, visualization, verbalization, and materialization. You'll see them on your screen right now. Idealization, visualization, verbalization, materialization. This is a habit I want you to get into. This is a habit to train your brain. Why? Think of it this way. If you want to keep your muscles strong, what do you got to do? You got to train them. How often? 2, 3, 4 times a week at the minimum. If you want to keep your heart strong, you got to keep it trained. If you want to keep your body going, you got to eat. You got to feed things. Now, if you don't feed your brain positive thoughts in today's world, what's it going to be full of? Think about that. If you do not feed it positive thoughts, you watch the news, you read the newspaper, you see other people, you talk to your friends, you talk to your mother's friends, man, there is so much negativity out on this planet right now that if you do not feed positive thoughts into your brain, it's simple. It's going to become negative. If you plant negative seeds in here, guess what's going to grow? Negative realities. You plant positive seeds in here, guess what's going to grow? Positive realities. Now, I know some people are thinking, okay, there's a difference between an optimist and a positive thinker, you know. Just thinking positive and sitting on the hill and owning your way to wealth doesn't work. You know, you can't do that. You actually have to be and do, and therefore you'll have. Don't ever discount the do. It's probably the most important part. But the be is also vital. Be, do, have. So here's how we look at it. Idealization. Yeah, I know these are made up words. We're allowed to do that in this world. Let me put the 4 points up too. This is where you describe your ideal world. Ideal world. Not just a little bit better than today. Your ideal world, what does it look like? How many homes would you have in your ideal world? How many watches would you own? How many vacations a year would you have? How many days a week would you spend with your kids? What would date night every week with your husband or wife look like? What would your life look like? Where would you visit? What experiences would you have? What would you do? What philanthropic work would you do? In your ideal world, what would it look like? You know, what color would your helicopter be in your ideal world? Because in everyone's ideal world, you're going to have a helicopter. You know, it may be that you have a jet airplane. It may be that you're on a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or all of the above. See, I'm an and person, not an or. You know, so wherever it is that your ideal world, describe that. Be dreamy. Dream as much as you want. Go and subscribe to the Rob Report, a brilliant dream builder, that magazine. Whatever you do, build that dream up. Find all those ideal things. Now, you might shoot for the stars and you may only get to the moon, but if your goal's 100 million and you make 10, are you really going to complain that much? Ideal world, idealization. What's your ideal picture? After idealization comes the next step. Let's take a look. Visualization. This is where every morning, every evening, you take 10 minutes. That's right, just 10. Close your eyes. Read through all those points I've got on the screen for you. But every morning you close your eyes. You picture yourself getting into the ideal car. You picture yourself getting onto the ideal yacht. You picture yourself with your ideal partner. You picture yourself in your own mind. You see it time after time. Are we trying to trick the brain? Absolutely. You know, I hear these people use the statement, fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it is internal. It's in your mind. You've got to train your brain to think that way so that it starts doing things that that type of person would do so that you can have what that type of person would have. You know, fake it till you make it is not go and buy an expensive car that you can't afford so you look rich. It doesn't work that way. Fake it till you make it is on the inside. It's a brain function. It's about working with your mind, planting positive seeds so positive outcomes grow from it.